everybody. Hey, I was enjoying my own song for once. We have been on vacation, so we want to welcome all of our listeners and everybody out there watching, all the new folks watching from the station, to Hot Flash Happy Hour, which happens every Thursday from 7 to 8 right here on Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the nation. And we stream live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter Live, and also Instagram. I think so if you see us out there, man, just like, follow, share, comment. Please let us know how we're doing. Subscribe to everything that we're doing, and we want to thank you once again for watching. Again, I am Tasha Owens. I am the host of Hot Flash Happy Hour, and my co-host, the beautiful
Oh, thank you. You're so nice.
Jimmy Alter.
Where am I?
Yes.
Hey.
He is the co-hostess with
share.
the most. I swear this guy does his homework, and he brings a lot of good conversation, and I love having you on the show, Jimmy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so if I don't ever say how much I appreciate you, I'm telling you right now, in front of everybody.
Thank you. It was a longer hike today. First time from the new house, too, which is crazy.
So we've been away a couple of weeks, and there's been a whole lot of stuff going on, and you guys have all been a part of his journey to the new home. So, hey, Jimmy, I'm going to give you a second to give us an update on what's going on, because I'm sure our viewers want to know.
It's been wonderful. It's been actually a super cool experience so far. I've met a few of the neighbors already. Everybody's super chill. Saturday night, I ended up. We have Dan Durecki, our buddy Dan Durecki, the drummer. He's got this gay couple that he knows that lives there. They were building a house at the same time as us, and he was like, "Oh, I think they live somewhere around you." Sure enough, they live like four houses down.
Nice.
And Saturday, I'm like strolling through the neighborhood. They're like, "Have a beer," you know. Go into their house.
He's already in his element in the new neighborhood. Yeah. This is what I love about Jimmy.
Of course, I get
he gets everybody involved.
I get a tour of their house within like 5 minutes of being there.
Oh, wow.
A male gay couple. It is perfect.
I love it already.
It is perfect. Their house is absolutely stunning. Wow. Every single room looks like it could be in a magazine.
Oh my God.
And they've been there like a month or two. Go figure. You know, I was like, man, we'll have you guys over for dinner, but like, our house won't look like this for like a year. You know what I mean?
Oh
like,
my God, this is amazing.
It's gonna take us some time, you know. And so that was fun. And then the guy right across the street, you know, we've had a bunch of beers together already and stuff too. Everybody's just super chill. And
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Today there was a food truck in there. They have a food truck every Thursday that comes to like.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a little playscape down the street from our house, like so my daughter can play down there and stuff. It's it's been really nice so far.
That's great, man. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
I know.
Thank
I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Of course, I'm going through all the years and you know, the things that we've all been through together, and to see you in such a beautiful place in your life, and happy and healthy.
Yeah.
Married.
No, and I mean healthy.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I mean healthy in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, your family life, your you know, financials, your brain, your heart, everything's in the right place.
Our gigs on
and
Tuesdays.
I'm happy to know somebody like that.
Oh, thank you.
And I wanted to rub off.
Yeah, I know.
Rub off on me.
You know what's funny is our
I'm gonna need some of that.
Our gigs on Tuesdays the last few weeks actually.
Oh yeah.
Right? We'll tell you about it if you inbox it, but we're not. You know, it's secret shop, right?
Secret shop.
Yeah.
TITP.
Yeah.
If you know.
But the last couple of weeks, people have been walking up and handing me beers, saying, "Oh, you don't look the same without one in your hand." But I'm like, I've just been taking everything easy. You know,
Absolutely.
I got a lot of responsibilities now. Busy plate ahead of me here.
He is now adulting, and I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
Oh my
Holy
God.
hell. It's so wild, huh?
So, I am trying to put my phone on silent, but share everything. So, here we go. Absolutely. And it's been a minute. We got so much going on. But we do want to introduce our wonderful guest that we have this evening as we still continue to talk about our ventures, because she's been a part of some of these adventures that we've been going on since the last time we were here. And I want to talk about that. So, our wonderful, wonderful friend, my wonderful friend, and I love she from the bottom of my feet all the way to the top of my hair that I paid $14.99 for. My G. And the lady bassist, she is fierce, people. She is fierce. You need to see and watch her wherever she is and buy anything that she puts out. And this is my girl, Miss Gwyneth Hayes, also known as my girl Wendy. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Hot Flash Happy Hour.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Are you kidding me?
I'm
Anytime.
honored to be here.
You're one of a couple repeat guests so far. You
Oh,
were with
really?
us in the very
Oh,
beginning.
cool.
And there hasn't been a ton of
You've
them
been
so
there.
far.
You've been there the whole time, and you've been my friend the whole time. So I was
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, I'm happy to be here.
Good. What have you been up to?
Well, lately.
I mean, a lot. You've been gigging a lot. I mean, like,
I've been playing a lot lately. But like you, I'm working full time, and then I'm playing on the weekends.
Yes,
so I've been playing. I had some gigs with my own band. Usually it's Gwyneth Hayes Trio, and that features. Quite often I have guitar, always drums, bass, and vocals. And I have. Most recently, I had Jake Reichbart and Rob Evsharian playing with me.
All right.
Yeah. And so we, my kind of concept with a lot of my music is I do pop tunes that were popular at some point in the past 100 years.
Right. Now you gotta finish that sentence. Finish that sentence now. I would do it myself, but girl, it's
so I do
amazing.
Pop tunes that were famous at some point throughout history, and then I put my own spin on them.
Yes, and when she does that, it's freaking magical.
Well, and because you never know where you're gonna get inspiration. I'm not necessarily gonna get inspiration from a song that's by a female singer or bass player or anything like that. It might just be a good song, and that's what's important to me.
Well, that's true artist. True artisan. Is that a proper word? True artisan.
And then it's already been done. And since I grew up kind of in the blues and jazz school, things are open to interpretation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So with that mentality, I kind of approach pop music and do it my own way. And I grew up with a father who's a conductor and composer, and he, I learned about arrangements because he used to arrange for community orchestras or school orchestras or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
You arrange with what you have, and you make that work. So if you got guitar, whatever, and you also take into account the skill level of the players that you have. Or their influences, their background, their own flavor. I hire people for their flavor. Right. What is your take on this song? How can we interpret this together? Right. So it's not going to be the same every time I do it. Right. Yeah. Hopefully not.
Right.
Right. And you know what the thing, Wendy, is that as you were talking about this and you're saying, like you said, like Jimmy, I have a full-time job. I had a conversation earlier with somebody, and their take, how a lot of people just put everything in one closet or one corner and say, hey, this is how it is and this is why they do that. The conversation was, and that's why when we said that, I'm like, I lit up, I got to talk about this, people, real musicians, they struggle and do it a full-time, blah, blah, blah. And I do agree with that, if you're a true musician. But my other story with that is smart musicians.
Want to pay their bills.
Want to pay their bills. And this is just my take on it. And there are those people that do it as a hobby. No doubt about it. So that statement is true to a capacity, but not as a solid written blanket statement. And because you, two of my favorite people in the world, are living that particular life, I want to hear your perspective, because I already know. I just want you to bring it out. I already know you're passionate about music, and I already know that, and that you can still even work a day job and still be as solid as F.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Right.
And everything you do musically, because that is a part of you. So I want to hear your perspective on that. Can we go deep?
Yeah, we can talk about that, because I'm living it right now. I'm also a social worker. I have my master's degree in social work.
Amen.
Blah blah blah. So I'm a social worker during the day, and that's very stressful in its own reasons. And right before this, I was talking to my supervisor, because I'm getting a full license. I have to do so many hours in order to get my full licensure.
We're push on, sister. And congratulations too.
So
push on.
I do that outside of work. I do this supervision with an independent social worker who already has their license, and I talk about rehash whatever I've been going through at work, which is very stressful.
Absolutely.
I work for local.
Just the term social work just
tells
me stress is like everywhere.
Yeah, I don't want to go too deep into what specifically I do, because I don't want my boss to hear this. But
we'll call him Mr. X.
But it can be I'm sure it can be a trying job.
Absolutely. Well, healthcare. Come on, we're all
I'm very passionate about it. I work for low-income Detroiters.
Yeah.
Amen.
And
Amen. And thank you for that.
Keep
Can I
them
say that?
housed.
Yeah.
And I'm passionate about it, but it can be very frustrating. You know, with people that are in crisis and in need, you know, can.
Yeah, but they have somewhere to go, and somebody that's like you, who finds it exhausting, but you know it's something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And because you have the knowledge, or even how to direct somebody to get to that right place, it's a blessing. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'd imagine some of the most stressful times in that job too would be when you're trying to like give advice that isn't taken, right? I mean, like
it's very frustrating.
Like if what you're telling people is falling onto deaf ears, like that would probably be the most exhausting. Because
the hardest part of this job is telling people you don't qualify for assistance. I'm sorry. Or you no longer qualify for assistance. Or you know, sometimes we get a report back that what they were saying doesn't match what we're seeing on this report.
Right, yes.
And then we have to say, hey, this doesn't match up. And those are some hard conversations to have.
I can imagine.
And,
is there anyone in place to like provide possible solutions? Look at me, I'm getting all deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a reference or something like that. Or is that something that we need?
Poverty and housing is a big picture problem that I cannot fix at this level.
You're just giving us another look at it.
Take one person at a time and maybe do a little bit that I can. But, you know, when I went to school, I trained more about policy and learning about social justice issues and evaluating, you know, systems. I don't do any of that at this job. You know what I'm saying? Right. Sometimes you just got to pay your bills and take but so I can only try to help one person at a time. But it's a big systemic issue. That I mean, there's so many people who, because prior to this job, I worked in homelessness. So I worked when I was in Hawaii. I was working at a homeless shelter.
I remember that, yes.
I've worked at homeless shelters quite a few times. I've also been on, you know, various different housing commission boards and involved in various different respects in housing for the past 10 or however many years. But there's not enough housing. There's not enough housing that's affordable for people. That's just the way it is. And a little bit of subsidized housing that we do have, the wait lists are years long, and so you know some people. Yeah,
and all of us are just a little part of that. So even putting it out there can lend an ear to somebody who can help.
Yeah.
So anyway, on that note.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go off.
I pulled you into this. I personally pulled you into this because I know you do things to help people, and that's what I want my viewers to know, that we all do other things other than just sing and play music. We're not just puppets. We're not. Wait, hold on. We're not just a pretty face.
Right.
Well, I think
we do shit. We're strong people. Yeah. Men and women. I know.
And also, you know, I'm passionate about, you know, caring for my clients.
Absolutely.
Too.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So that's the whole point.
Yeah.
I think it might just be part of me that I'm passionate about things. You know.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong
it's
with
funny,
it.
actually, there was a solicitor at my door today for the first time. A new door, a new solicitor, right? New company.
Do you know the word?
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't religious, thank God. Thank God. No pun intended, I don't know. But like, it was a guy that wants to spray for bugs or something. I don't even have a yard yet or anything, right? Anyway.
He's a go-getter.
So I'm trying to be polite, and I'm like, hey, I really don't have time for this. I work from home, and I got to get back on my computer, you know? And he's like, oh, well, just let me give you like the 10-second thing, right? So he gives me the 10-second thing, and it turns into 2 minutes, and I'm still being polite. But then I said, sir, I really have to go. I said, it's a hospital job. I have to get back to my computer. And then I'm sort of like trying to creep the door closed, and then he's like, well, how about I try to catch you later? And I was just like, nah, dude, we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love it.
And then I just had to slam the door. Cause
it's like those anchor words, what? Wait, hold on. But, okay, bye.
I wanted to be like, you know, because my day job, right, like part of what I do is like help for like the non-invasive heart valve replacements and stuff, right? I want to be like, I'm working on this patient that needs a heart valve, and you're talking to me about like the bugs at my house. I'm like, I need to get back and like figure this out for this person.
Right. Priorities, man. Come on.
Thanks, but no thanks. I'll think about it later.
Yeah. No, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier when the supervisor was about boundaries, drawing boundaries.
All right.
So that people...
I want you to hold that thought. We're talking about boundaries. This is something very important. We're talking about the music business and people that are very accomplished in this industry. And we're talking to one such, Gwyneth Hayes, on Hot Flash Happy Hour. It happens every Thursday on Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the nation. And you can view us live streaming every week on Twitter, Twitter Live, Twitch, coming to IG, YouTube, and Facebook Live as well. So you want you to share, we want you to comment, let us know how we're doing, let us know how the station is doing, and give us some feedback. What do you want to see on the show? Hot Flash Happy Hour. Tasha Owens, your host.
Right now.
Jimmy Alter, my co-host, and today's guest, our wonderful lady of the bass and lady of another life during the day, like a lot of us musicians are. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to cope with that, balancing the two, and being as badass as you are. So, Miss Gwyneth Hayes, also known as Wendy. Thank you.
So the boundaries,
continue with the boundaries that you were just discussing.
Okay, so the boundaries is like fundamental to trying to do what we do. Work full time, have some, and play gigs professionally. And I've, recently I had retired from playing the bass. Like I was not taking any gigs on the bass in anybody's band except for my own.
Yeah.
So I decided, hey, man, this is kind of fun after the pandemic. I said, hey, I just got back into it. I said, hey, it's kind of fun. Let me start doing this again. And
remind you how I used to love it.
It's
you got refreshed.
I got refreshed. It's fun. I have a skill that is applicable, and it's kind of fun. Right, people give you money to do it. It's
I love
cool.
too, because some of the gigs you did too, you went and played like on the fly, pretty short notice too, right?
Oh,
So that happened a couple times, right? You're still mad. It is more fun to be like super rehearsed and like destroy people, right?
But then again, the adrenaline flows when you're called to do a gig that somebody can think you can pull off. So then it's like, we got this.
Well, I mean, so over the past 2 months, I came out of retirement, and now I'm realizing, oh my goodness, maybe I need to have some boundaries because there's certain things I don't have the time, the energy,
or the patience, probably.
The patience,
right?
And if the money is not being compensated,
right.
But I got a heart and I want to help people. People call you
and
they say, I got
they call that Tasha-ism.
I got this gig and I need a bass player. He's in jail and I need you to help.
They call it Tasha-ism and you've been stuck.
We've recently kind of went through this too, where like
we
with Tasha,
totally
I had to be like, hey, like when those certain bar owners call, like, no, we're sorry, but we can't anymore. We just like. It's
and
not.
It hurts. It does.
Yeah, but they want you to help out their place, but it's like it's just not worth it money wise, and to sit there and grind all night long, and like it doesn't make much sense after a while, Like, I mean, some of the bars. I started playing in bars when I was 15, and some of the bars. We were making less than we made when I was 15 years old and had a Friday residency at the Stonewood Lounge, right, in Roseville, right? Like, when I was 15, I played there on Fridays, right? And, like, I made more than...
That is so funny. The owner called me today.
Oh, did he really? See?
I'm dying right now.
That's awesome. See, speaking of, yes.
Yeah.
So... it's good to cut out things like that,
Yeah, I'm really had to
not to
learn
cut,
my
just
lesson,
to change your perspective, and honestly, if those the venues and the places and things that you played that was all they could do, if they were really behind you, then they're happy for you taking that next step. So I have experienced that going to the next step from hey, I know I can't, if you have a chance, I'm like, okay, but if not, I'm still in your corner, and that's the best thank you, from a venue owner that you can probably get. They're still on your team. Yeah. Hey, she was part of my, part of my establishment. So
it's true.
I think,
I'm getting all emotional. Stop.
Yeah, I get kind of 50-50. People get mad at me.
I know it does happen.
Yeah.
That's why I celebrate the positive.
Yeah, right.
The other ones are like, sorry, bye.
You know, one of the good ones, Steve Sawyer's at Max Dugan's. It's I love him to death. Every time I see him, he wants us to play there. I said, we're not going to do that anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I said, but I did tell him. I said, like, but I'll play there a night with Brendan, right? Like, we can do like kind of a special one-off night there just together, just to kind of, you know, he wants people in there helping his business, you know, and rightfully so. He definitely deserves it now, because it's like that poor guy's been through a lot with the bar. He's a huge supporter of the music and the musicians. I mean, he loves the scene. He really, really loves it. You know, it's kind of rare to find in owners. Like, even some of the owners that say blues per se, they like blues, but they don't like love blues. They have blues. They tolerate blues. Right?
Thank you for that elephant, Jimmy.
Yeah. Steve is a blues lover, right? Like, there's a difference, and there's a difference in the way that they treat you. Then, you know? Like,
So, on that blues note, or what have you, but I want. Can we introduce? Did we find a song?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so can we? How did this song come to be before we start playing it? How about that?
Okay, so
set us up for the song.
Oh, it's Fever. Yeah,
and the people involved who are very, very.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, before I moved to Hawaii, it was a whole different story, and I ain't worried about that. Okay. So I moved to Hawaii a while back, but before I did, some of the people that I played with and were really close with here in Detroit, namely Mr. Paul Carey.
Yeah.
He said, before you go away, you need to do this recording. I'm not going to let you leave without doing this recording. So we went to the studio and we did 5 songs in like a few days with very few takes, you know, and he wouldn't let me leave without him. And
this is such a wonderful memory.
Anyway, so that was the last time I hung out with Paul. I think I left the studio and damn near got on the plane soon thereafter.
Wow.
And went to Hawaii. And probably about a year later.
He passed away.
He passed away. So, and I came back. I came back to for his services because he really meant that much to me.
Absolutely.
So, it took me some time to release the songs because I was always thinking, well, we're going to finish them. We're going to, fine tune them and do whatever. But as time has gone on, I realized, you know what?
Yeah.
The time is now.
The time is now.
What? Maybe you don't have an opportunity to return. It doesn't matter. That happened in time with people that we really love and care about.
Absolutely.
And we can't go back in time. That's what happened then, and that's good enough. And so Max and I, his son was the one who was the engineer, and he was also the drummer on it.
Co-produced my album.
He has been working. He moved to California, and we've been working remotely to maybe work on a couple little things, but leave pretty much the way it was. And now I have released Fever. That's the most recent one, and I used to do that all the time.
Let's hear it.
So let's hear this. We love you, Mr. Gary. Paulie. Love the way you deliver this every time.
Never knew how much I love you. Never knew how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, you're a fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, 'cause I know you're gonna treat me right. You give me fever with your kisses, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, a fever all through the night.
Yeah, you're all aliens, everybody on this.
Everybody's got the fever. That's something they all know. Fever isn't such a new thing. It started all long ago. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, oh no, don't you dare. He gives me fever with his kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus, so Daddy, won't you treat me right?
Come on now. Wow, what an experience that is like. It's solid, you just, you were in the zone.
Now you listen to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks were made to give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade. They give you fever when you kiss them, fever when you hold them tight. Fever in the morning, no, a fever all through the night. Fever in the morning, no, a fever all through the night. Fever in the morning, no, fever all through the night.
What a great arrangement and recording of that.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Congratulations. Hey, can we buy that? Where how can we buy that? Where can we
it's
buy
on
that?
iTunes and Apple Music and Amazon, and Spotify, and all this other stuff. I don't really can't remember right now, but it's on. You can find it, I'm sure.
Right. So search for Gwyneth Hayes, and you will find all of her works.
Pay the woman for it.
Right.
Pay the woman for it.
Pay your God.
So
$1.380. That's all
I've got 3 more that I'm gonna release.
All right.
Oh, cool.
That are still in archives.
Nice.
Max and I have been working on. So there's 3 more from that recording. There's another one called "Oh Pretty Woman," which was Albert King's song.
Yeah.
So that's the other one that I've released.
We're gonna play that one later in the show.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. We got plans.
You could tell people about it now if you'd like.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Same lineup too, probably, right? It's Bill on that one too.
Yep. It's but yeah, there was 5 songs that we did that couple of days.
Right.
And I'm still, working on releasing them. But "Oh Pretty Woman" and "Fever" is out.
Mm-hmm.
And so "Oh Pretty Woman," when I was in my 20s, I was in Chicago. I decided I'm gonna move to Chicago and play the blues. I don't know. From Ann Arbor, I don't know why.
Anyway.
Well, Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, okay. So it's
kind of a music mecca.
I'm going to go. Yeah. I decided my nerdy little self is going to go to Chicago and play the blues in this blues scene, and I have like no street smarts at all, and I'm just a nerdy little kid from Ann Arbor. Oh my god, why did I do that to myself? But anyway, I ended up playing out there for like three years, and I was playing at Buddy Guy's Legends and Kingston Mines. Even they wrote an article about me in Buddy Guy's Legend magazine.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, and it was
my
like
God.
2010 or something like that. But anyway, yeah, I was one of probably about 3-4 women were kind of prominent on that scene of the regular musicians who circulate through the the clubs, Kingston Mines, Buddy Guys, blues, and, Anyway,
Joanna Connor, Kate Moss. I'm trying to think of a third one that's like big power.
Is that Janita?
And then anyway.
But
Anyway, yeah.
So-
Sorry,
Like,
I didn't mean to get off track.
But anyway, I was a bit of a fish out of water, but I did it, and I learned a lot about the blues.
Amen.
And so I decided I'm gonna maybe try to start singing. I was having some really hard times, heartbroken, all this other stuff. So I decided.
Well,
okay.
that's the blues.
Yeah, right.
Good to,
That's
good
how
time.
you
Good time for it.
ride on
Huh?
into
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I was
maybe.
Apropos.
Real talk. I was depressed. Okay, so I just said, okay, I'm gonna try to sing. Maybe that'll help me get more gigs. I don't know. Right. So I tried to start singing, and the things that I started singing came out jazzy, and I'm on the blues scene.
Right.
And I didn't fit in.
No, right.
They're like, oh, she good, but she conflicted.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna need to know what's going on with my sister.
You know what? I couldn't do. I mean, maybe I could have
Dude,
tried
you
to
do
be.
it so well.
I could try to be somebody else.
I'm
You
sure,
do your own thing.
but it
though.
depends on the band leader and everything though, too, right? Because like certain band leaders or certain people like would want you to just like sit there on a P bass playing like a bass line over and over and over, and you don't do that.
No.
Like you're different from that, you know. And
I mean, I could for the right amount of money.
Let me see what you got.
I'll do it.
Put on this here
Call me
napkin
up.
right
Call me
there.
up.
Right there on that napkin.
Call me up. No, but that's everything that's good about you and your style and what you do is that like you don't do that, right? Like you're a different human being than the people that do that. You know?
Right. As we're watching Hot Flash Happy Hour, did I do that?
No, I think you're over. Yeah.
I'm
good.
over. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
You're watching Hot Flash Happy Hour right here on Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, and we are streaming live from Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And we want you to like, share, follow, and comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And let us know how we're doing. And I'm looking at the page now. People are watching and saying hello. So hello to everybody out there watching. And we have in our audience. Really? Okay, in the studio.
Yay!
Yeah.
My sister girl, Miss Gwyneth Hayes.
We didn't even charge a cover today.
Yeah. Oh, wow. VIP. I got a private show.
That's something.
And we talking about some things that be happening around, right? So come on, finish your conversation.
Yeah, so Chicago, you were playing blues there. It didn't fit in.
Yeah. So but it didn't mean I didn't like the blues.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to have to do it my own way.
Right.
So I covered an Albert King tune because I like that song. It's called "Oh Pretty Woman," and it's about a woman, and I'm a woman. Who cares? I want to sing the song, and I don't care.
No shit. Yeah.
Child, we don't think we're beautiful, ain't nobody else.
I don't care. I'm gonna sing the song. It's a good song. It's got a good groove, and there's it was stuff to work with there, so I was inspired by that, and I didn't see the boundaries that I can't do the song because I'm not I don't sound like Albert King. Well, no, I don't sound like a lot of the vocals.
Hey, guess what? Nobody sounds like Albert King, right?
I do the same thing. Like, I like the song. I don't care. I'll sing it the way it is. If I can't change it, I'm not going to because I love it the way it is.
You've heard 50 million versions of Born Under a Bad Sign. Not one of them's ever sounded like Albert King, right? Like it just, it's just that's the way it goes.
I've been down since I began to crawl.
But
everyone for bad love.
I don't know. I just figured well, it's already been done that way, so why don't do something else with it?
For sure.
You know, and
it's a fresher way to do it. That's for sure. You know. It's refreshing, you know, like now that we've been doing more of your originals and everything too for our show, right. It just feels better to play something that's actually like sort of helping the musical world, maybe artistically, than sort of just repeating it.
Like innovative as opposed to imitative.
Yes. It definitely feels, it just feels like more like kind of self-inspiring, I guess, right? Like it's a lot easier to have fun playing that way.
Right.
Sort of,
I believe back in the 70s, you got to roll with the punches. Just like whenever you're in that vibe, just go with it and let it happen.
Yeah. It's very true. I guess, you know, we can do it now. Let's do it now.
What are we doing now?
Well, we just finished talking about Oh Pretty Woman.
Okay, so,
and you did say it was all the same four guys, Max, Paul, and Phil.
All right.
But if Paul loved the song, I mean, obviously that would be
all right, Paul.
All right,
I know you're listening up there, Paul.
She's the rising sun. Said all your cheap painted powder ain't gonna help you none, 'cause you're a pretty woman right down to the bone. Using my poor heart as a stepping stone. Oh, pretty woman, what's the matter with you? Trying to do, you kept on fooling around till I got stuck on you. So you just drop that mess and come down off your throne. Quit using my poor heart as a stepping stone. Oh, pretty woman, what you trying to do? Can't make you love me, no matter what I do. Oh,
Oh, this is playing, right?
Oh, Jimmy
Beautiful.
had a thought.
Yes, yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
You, Phil Hale, Mr. Paul Carey, and Max are 4 people, 4 musicians, great musicians around the city. All 4 of you have this one thing in common to me. I've never once heard any of the 4 of you cut down anybody else, like cut down any other musician or anything like that, right? Like, it's
That's
interesting.
The dream team.
Yeah, because Mr. Phil Hale was playing with us at our gig on Tuesday, and I had actually mentioned that to him on Tuesday that that he's just always so inspiring, right? And all 4 of you guys are like, you're like that, right? Like, you're always all really cool, encouraging people. Anytime we all talk, chat, or whatever, it's always uplifting. It never,
That's part of the crew.
Yeah, and that's
that
beautiful.
Was that crew.
That's a really cool. Yeah, that's a really cool. Like, that's super group, even just for like the amount of chill that all 4 people have with Paul. You know what I mean?
I think Max, the youngest, was probably the most chill.
Right.
Max is always chill.
Yeah.
I love you, Max, if you're listening.
Yeah.
If not, I'll tag you when I share it.
No, but
congratulations too, Max.
I mean, even just recording the songs, it must have just been an awesome experience. Just hanging with everybody, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's such an easygoing 4 people, you know what I mean? Like,
they're always a good hang. It was always a good hang with Paul. Or at least it was interesting hang.
Well, no, it was and not only interesting and kind of fun, or a lot of times fun if you're on the outside of the actual conversation. But the biggest thing, I swear, and I want to say that between Paul Carey, Phil Hale, and Milton Hale, all those nights, you will never ever, and we're privileged to have had that kind of freaking education.
Oh, right. Yeah.
These people, these guys knew so much about music, about the smallest sounds, about everybody who made those sounds, where the sounds came from, and then whether it's rock and roll, classical, and their knowledge of music, and we're gonna include Mr. Bassman too, Ibrahim Jones, into that family as well. And man, it was like you were in awe, and you didn't even know that a few minutes later it was 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, right.
You were in school, attentive. It's more than you ever were back in the day. Yeah. It was like wow, and to just hear that live shit happening between these people. And that's very inspiring, and I know it is for you. If you can even just explain to everybody, what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, totally.
Words,
I mean, the philosophical
great.
Conversations.
Oh my God, just amazing.
With Paul and Phil and Milt, just amazing. And the thing about music, philosophically too, is also something that I'm thirsty to hear, and. I was really spoiled to be privy to some of those conversations, even though some of the stuff they were talking was over my head.
Right.
But even in that, it means there's somewhere to go. I can continue to grow and discover new stuff in music, so that continues to give me hope. And, and as I grow and develop, I'm really honored to have known those gentlemen.
Amen.
And
I'm with you.
Also to be part of the Detroit music community, because we have a community. Yeah. Like musicians from different genres, we like hang out.
We totally do.
Like it doesn't matter. You play blues and jazz and funk.
You've been to my pool.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I bet I've gotten close with people in various different genres, and some of the people that I've got close with are kind of chameleons.
Right.
Or we'll sometimes make ourselves chameleons so we can play together.
Yeah, that's cool. You say chameleon, and I use Lego pieces.
Yeah.
We're all Lego pieces. Okay, I need you. Come over here. I need you for that. Or let's do. Oh, hey, let's mix something up with everybody else. So
I like musicians like that. Just play music. They're not necessarily a genre. Maybe they specialize in something or other, but we can cross genres, because that's what I do.
Well, it's fun.
Genres.
It's fun
you create art, and your art is unique.
Oh, thank you.
And beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's fun to have people around that can that don't mind sort of trying to stretch a little bit either, right? Actually, it was funny at our gig on Tuesday. We were going to do a Stones tribute song that night, and then we ended up running out of time. We thought we were going to play more, and then we had a bunch of special guests, which was awesome. It was great that it worked.
Yeah, thank you.
But we didn't get our Stones tribute in. but like next week we'll get it, right?
Oh, he's trying to tell me to rehearse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, but it was funny. Me and Phil are literally like standing like outside his car listening to this song, and then it goes to like a 4, and I'm just used to it being predictable. And I was like, oh, it's probably like a minor. Or I'm sorry, the 3. I mean, I was like, oh, that's probably a minor 3. It's like, no, it's major. Like it was just right away.
Right.
I was like, and then I listened again. I was like, God damn it! Like, you are correct, sir.
Like it will be the brain zombie. I want to eat your
like,
brain. So
I know
can
it's just
get
incredible. Yeah, that like, you're right. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
And
I was proud that I could hear that it went to the 3rd. You know, and he's like, yeah, and then I was like, oh shit, yeah.
And I try to surround myself with musicians that are better than me,
Right.
or different than me, or have something else
Right.
that
or compliment you.
Something to learn.
Such a way
It's cool.
to
Yeah,
brings
something
you
to
out.
learn.
The best out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's also really cool in music is that you can be equally as good a singer. We can be both singers, good, but different, and that's really cool. It's
and
cool.
we are.
Yeah, it's cool about bass players too. Like you can be a really great bass player in this genre, that genre, and you're very good.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. And
Well,
it's
that's
just
how people
different,
know
yeah.
the difference. They know who the Jaco Pastorius are. They know who the Stanley Clark. You know, they know those sounds because they've created their own sound. You know, it's different from everybody else, just as good, but completely different. So it's incomparable, apples to oranges. Even though it's the same instrument, it's that the sound is what you hear. And on that note, again, I got to do my last one.
Yeah, do it. Do it, girl.
We are happy to be back, you guys, and thank you again. Trust me for watching Hot Flash Happy Hour on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can watch us live every week, 7 to 8 on Thursday night on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So we want you to like, share, comment, and subscribe and tell people about it. Tell us what's going on at WJZZ Cool TV. We have a lot of good shows going on. This particular show, Hot Flash Happy Hour, we focus on our amazing musicians because we are musicians. Tasha Owens, you know, blues goddess.
Canterbury Village on Saturday.
Yeah.
See, we didn't do that yet. Canterbury
Yeah.
Village Saturday.
Jimmy Alter
Historic
here.
thing
We got our
before,
guest
like-
Gwyneth Hayes, so we do want to do. Yeah, we do want to say that.
Yeah.
So we want to. We're playing. Holy crap! We are.
Canterbury Village.
Canterbury,
Saturday, 1 to 3 p.m.
Canterbury Village. I can say that 3 times in a row. 1 to 3 p.m. in Canterbury Village in Lake Orion. And Friday, I will be doing a duo with my buddy Johnny Rhodes at the Whitney.
Right. Yeah.
So if you can come to the Whitney from 6:30 to 9, you'll see myself and Johnny Rhodes playing it there, doing our duo thing and having a good time there. I got a few people coming out. And then we're doing a
The rest
private,
of our stuff is
event.
private,
Yeah,
yeah.
rest of it's private. Yeah. Saturday and Sunday are private for us.
Busy week.
But please go to our Facebook pages, Hot Flash Happy Hour, myself, Tasha Owens, Jimmy Alter's page. You can go to TashaOwens.com. Now the website is up now.
Hey.
It's being built. It's in its infancy, but there's stuff out there.
Good.
You know, it's what's going on with me out there. So please go there and check it out. And again, we want to spend our last few minutes that we have with our friend Miss Gwyneth Hayes, my girlfriend Wendy, and my brother. My brother always says, "Hey, where's our favorite girl on the couch?" That's a personal story.
That's awesome.
Wendy, is from the Ann Arbor area, and I love her. She loves me. So every time we hang out, sometimes we get a little crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Not a little crazy. We just a little happy. We enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I got room on the couch.
Yeah.
And then I wake up to her having conversations with my mother, and it's amazing. It's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks for keeping me safe.
Right. Yeah, that's
and that's the
important.
number one thing. So
Yeah,
I always got you. Always got you. Like, I know
Um,
you got me, so we good.
Will you tell? Yeah, why don't you tell people the same thing that Tasha just did? Anywhere weird that they could find your stuff? Like you're pretty much Gwyneth Hayes on all social media, right?
Yeah, I'm Gwyneth Hayes on all social media, and I'm on YouTube. So there's some little stuff that I did during quarantine, just me sitting there playing the bass, learning songs I heard on the radio.
Right
Just
on.
random pop tunes. I went through an 80s phase. I might still be in the 80s
rock,
phase.
man.
Oh, yeah, I might still be in the 80s
It's
phase.
popular right
But,
now.
yeah.
Or it's uprising. That's
Yeah,
for sure,
my friend Ray Williams, she's killing it. In the
Yeah,
80s.
she's doing
Yeah,
80s.
I love 80s music. I
Yeah.
don't care.
And I like when artists change because like we've been talking about the whole show, right? Like people go through different moods, different phases, and everything like that too. So like when I see people sort of changing like what they do, I don't necessarily think they're just trying to like find their way to like some lucrative thing or something. I think they're just like excited to play something new and fun and something exciting.
Well,
and with the 80s stuff, it's nostalgic too.
Yeah. Well,
it was fun.
I've
Yeah.
started
Fun
to
time.
realize, I've turned, I'm well, I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but I'm old enough now, okay, that I've been through some phases of life.
Yeah. Some you're proud of, some are just okay.
I've been through some changes over time.
Are we night swimming tonight?
And I've also been alive long enough to watch other artists grow and change and develop. So who they were, when they were 30, it might be different than who they are when they're 40, and the different phases and the different type of weird music they get into and the experimental stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe try some stuff. So recently I've been like recording things like electronic music.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Now.
So
awesome.
so maybe it's bass and vocals, and then maybe some electronic instruments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm doing all the instruments by myself.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. So I've been
That is a tremendous market.
I've been experimenting with that, and it's weird because I have to figure out how to play the rhythm parts on the guitar and put the effects on the bass. And make it sound like a rhythm guitar and different stuff. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And anyway, I might release some of that. Maybe I don't know if I have to have an alias or some shit.
Detroit. Jimmy, we gotta do Detroit.
Oh, okay, sure.
All right, so get everything you can get out of that, because that's a huge market right now, and just put your name and your stamp on it, and you get a lot of business.
I'm sure people would just like really dig hearing your take on it. That's
Absolutely.
Well, follow me on Facebook is probably the best way to get a hold of me, but I'm on Instagram and all the other stuff. And then I'm on YouTube as Lady Bass if you want to see some of my little things in my quarantine specials.
Follow her, subscribe, you guys, and watch, and you will not be disappointed. We got a couple minutes left, and I think we're gonna go out with a song. And I've been very, very proud of this song. A lot of you have heard it, tons of you have heard it, and I love doing it, and I'm glad that it's out there. And there's an article out there if you go to my page, and you can see it. It's from WDIV Local 4, Channel 4, Detroit. And it's a song called Detroit Strong. They adopted the song, and in the article says that it is what is it? It's our song. And
anthem.
It's that Channel 4.
I sing this all the time.
Channel 4.
I'll be singing it.
Yes. So it is the song to promote Channel 4 and WDIV. And I'm so proud of it. I can't even tell you in words. I did try on Facebook, but I don't know. I'll probably continue talking about it as I go along.
As you very well should. It's a great
And I play
song.
it all the time. And after 4 years of doing this, hard work pays off. People keep going forward, and keep moving forward. So we're gonna hear Detroit Song. You can hear it on Channel 4's promotions.
Yeah. Thanks.
And thank you, Keith, Lauren. Thank you, everyone who had a problem. Who had a hand in putting all this together. It's all on Facebook. So Keith Lauren, songwriter, owner of the song. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for choosing me to do that.
Cool.
Thanks, Gwen.
Yeah.
Jimmy's got to do that. There we go.
I've been on the road too long. I just have to sing this song. I'm coming home to the place where I belong. Detroit City.
Thank you to my city, Detroit. Yes.
This Detroit strong.
Jam right here.
We build cars that drive the nation without pride and fascination. We're still the wheels that turn the world. Ooh, we're Detroit City. Detroit strong. We've got winners, we've got losers, just like any other place. You should hear our gospel singers belt out Amazing Grace. We've got Kid Rock and Aretha, Bob Seger, Madonna too, Eminem doing 8 Mile, and there's Motown and the blues. We are Detroit. And we are strong. We are Detroit. And we are strong. The heart and soul of the city are the people, don't you know? From the corner hot dog vendor to suits and stadium front rows.